producer of both of these films. As Mike said, this was for his directing class. I actually took him for directing and playwriting last semester. But part of the requirements for being in the honors program is that you have to have an honors course every semester, and as you get on up into your junior, senior years, you run out of like math, science, stuff like that. So we have what's called honors by contract, and so Dead Ends was actually my honors by contract for directing, and Misfortune was a project that I kind of roped him into at the beginning. It was like, this isn't really for a class, but I would love some help script-wise and stuff like that. And these guys all, Jalisa, I knew we had class together before, but the rest of them came fresh from out of just class. Two of the guys are freshmen, and Chibuzo is a sophomore. And I literally just put a piece of paper on the wall that said, do you want to make a movie? And so many people turned out. We had, this is, I mean, a fraction of the cast and crew that we had. They, of course, they did not live here. But we had about, like 20 people any given day for about 3 weeks straight. We got the permissions. We needed to go film in the cemetery, which is down the street. And we were there. We got lots of weird looks. Obviously, guy in a dress sitting out in the cemetery. But it was a lot of fun. It was an enjoyable experience. It helped me. I used both of these films for graduate school applications because I plan to pursue a master's in production. Somewhere, stay tuned, don't know, haven't heard anything back yet, but it was all with these guys' help because I'm so used to doing things, or having to do things, with me and my camera and my mom, who was actually Eva in Dead Ends before, and I knew that these projects were going to be so big and monument that there was just no way that I could do it by myself. Film is not a medium that, like theater, you can do alone. You have to have a whole village of people behind you, and I did. So I'll let these guys take it away with their experience, and let them tell you their positions on the films.
I'm Jalisa Williams. I was the assistant director. Alex came to me with this script, and I've read it, and I said I'm down because I've never ever read anything quite unique as this one. So I was very excited to work on this project, and it was everything I expected and more. It was very different. It was very fun. A lot of hard work, a lot of hot days. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. And to meet all these wonderful people, it was great. This film actually is what got me motivated to go out and start doing my own thing. And I have my little projects that have done really well because of Alex. And I've had the help from a lot of people. So this film was definitely a kickstart for all of us, I would definitely say, for this year. So I was just honored to be a part of this project and to meet everybody that I work with.
My name is Colton Cram. I was director of photography for the opening scene of Misfortune and the one in the Asian food place. And then I was director of photography for the entirety of Dead Ends. Like he said, I was just in my intro to theater class actually, and I saw him run in, put a poster on the wall, and run out. So I was like, ooh, what was that? I checked it out, and it was like, interested in film, meet this date. That's all it said. And I was surprised when I showed up. It was about 30 people-ish or so came out, and we like, everybody sit down, we want to make a movie, we want to make a film. And it was crazy how many people from campus-wide, different like business majors, this major, that major,
Criminal justice
came out and said, my passion is making films, but I can't find that outlet. And we found everybody and came together and we made this project. And because I'm the same way, I was business, trying to find like this, slither my way through and like, oh, I could do business because that'll help me do the business aspect of film. But mostly that everybody came out didn't have official training in almost anything media. Like, I know I worked with cameras in high school. I like filmed for sports and stuff like that, but I hadn't worked on anything above that, other than my own, like making YouTube videos in my backyard and stuff. So this was great to come together, and now like I'm in my first intro to film class right now, and half the people in the class already know and have a repertoire of friends through meeting on Dead Ends.
Hey, I'm Chibuzo Harbor. I'm a sophomore at JSU, and like Colton said, I was not really sure, like my major or anything, but I knew I was interested in film, and I came out to this, I saw that, and my role on set was I'm the second assistant director, so I kind of just like aided Alex and aided Jalisa wherever needed to be, like pre-production stuff, organizing schedules, learning to do shoot lists and stuff, and like I didn't know like how to do any of that stuff. I came in and I was like, he gave me this job and I was like, okay, I'm like doing my first intro class. I have no idea what I'm doing, but like Alex helped and like he kind of like walked me through this process and gave me this confidence that, you know, I was starting and doing like production stuff, but now I'm like acting and stuff and, you know, we're doing future projects together. And I think that, I don't know, it's just so cool for him to like just put a piece of paper out there and now we have like this whole team and, you know, we're going out and doing all this kind of cool stuff, so. Yeah.
All right, I'm Kyle. My story started all in a student life class. We got an assignment to go out to different clubs, and you had to attend like 3 different meetings. And one of my big passions is film. I've been doing it all throughout high school, countless competitions, stuff like that. So film is my big strong suit. And I just saw the flyer up on the wall, said interested in film, so I counted it as my club run for the assignment. And I went and got a lot more than what I expected. I made a whole bunch of new friends, and I spent countless hours with Alex, especially editing. Since I've been doing this for a long time, I definitely think I helped Alex on the editing side. We spent almost the entire month of October in Carlisle, or just
Locked in a computer lab.
yeah, locked in the computer lab, just staring at countless shots, piecing them together this way. Okay, we didn't like that, changed it to this way. But overall, the end product is very nice, and I love it, and got a lot out of it.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
I was going to ask that about the producing the editing because it's well put together. The final product is really well done. I know I've taken some videos myself, and
Yeah.
it's not very easy at all.
Yeah.
I'm an integrated studies major, so I actually started with communications and I've dabbled in drama. I've been into 2 of my shows now, and then in the art department as well. So with that, I kind of was able to piece together, because I was going in, everything that that I had taught myself previously had just been YouTube videos based on whatever, and I got here and kind of started to say, okay, there's this class I can take in this department and this class I can take in this department that will kind of glue these things together so that way I'll know, you know, because I had never had any formal training before I got here in what to do and how to do it. And, you know, the playwriting class was the first time I actually sat down and I wrote something and someone was like, this is garbage, but let me help you fix it. Let me show you how to do it. Because I had never seen it done the right way. I had never had a critique, and that was the whole class, and it was wonderful. And that's what I've been telling these guys is, you know, even though there's no film major here, there's a film minor, there's a way to go about making it up as you go, I guess, and doing things like this with help from professors in the drama department and the art department and the communication department. So it's really nice, it's refreshing. It's growing. I had no idea. I mean, I had seen people in my intro to, that's how Jalisa and I met, was through the intro classes. And so we saw people that, you know, this is an elective, this is whatever. But when we got to I had no idea. I was expecting 5 people to show up. And when 35 people showed up, I was like, oh my God, they're really, like, there are people from all over the place that really want to do this, that exactly, that don't really know. And, you know, like I said, I had seen a couple here and there that had no idea. And so this weekend, we're all gearing up. Starting Friday, we're doing a 48-hour film competition. So start Friday and Sunday. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we got a team from that. We got people that we can network with. We got a film family, pretty much, that we can reach out and say, you know, and it involves people from the drama department, from the art department, from stuff like that.
Real quick, because I'm interested just in hearing it from your perspective. If you had to take a hot shot guess, how many man-hours went into just dead ends from pre-production, production, and post, all put together?
Way too many.
I tried my best. It was going in when I talked to you in spring. I was going to try to do this formally and keep up with all of them. We lost track probably at like 120, and that was with all of the shoot dates. That was up until editing. So it's going to be at least 150-ish, somewhere around there.
You've been working on this for months.
So I started in August, and we finished and finally wrapped everything up in about December, or November-ish, end of November. So it's a lot, and it took, my God, and then we had budgeting. This dead ends cost about $1,000 budget that came. Huh?
Who paid that? Did it come out of pocket?
It came out of, well, their pockets too. I mean, it's not just me. I paid for, one day I literally walked into the T&B and said, can I buy a chicken nugget tray with my meal plan? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, great. Can I get like 200 chicken nuggets? And they're like, what? I was like, it's a long story, but like we literally just brought it out to set. And my parents helped a lot too. They were both, my mom was in the movie. My father came out one day to the shoot. All of their parents helped if we needed anything that something was going
It was
on.
very voluntary, like, if you had it, bring it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we needed audio equipment, so we knew people and friends that wanted to work and had audio equipment.
Exactly.
And, like,
Yeah.
I have this camera, you have this lens, I have this, and it was just,
Yeah.
bring it if you can, and you're willing to let us use it for months.
But let me just say, Alex was very, very extremely professional. I would definitely say that this was not like your ordinary student film. He had rundowns, the schedule of what we were shooting today. We had break time, you know, he kept us hydrated, coolers of water.
Fed them sometimes.
Yeah, he fed us, every day we worked, he fed us. He would keep us updated on the post-production. He even took forth to having an opening of the show where we got dressed up and we invited people to come view the show. He had it at a funeral home, so it was very, I know that sounds weird, but it actually wasn't. You know, he had a cake with our poster on it, and he was just very, very professional. He made us really feel that our hard work really did pay off. So once he told us about this, you know, we all was very, very excited because, you know, the film communication department, I feel like, you know, we don't get recognized as much. So for us, you know, to have this platform to really, you know, speak out and let everybody know what really goes into making films and stuff, this is very, very cool. So I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity.
How close was the end product to what you imagined?
Oh God. It was pretty spot on. It was, I mean, as much as I can, it was really funny because in my head I cast Dr. Witten and Jason, who played Renee, first and right off. They were one of my, and that was, I think, the hardest part was to convince Jason to put on a dress and wear these 6-inch stilettos for 3 weekends. And he was like, what? At first he was like, no, like, it took some convincing. But I think overall, it's the closest thing that I've ever done as far as from conception to the final product, what I wanted and what I had envisioned in my head. But it took all these people. It took, you know, will you play this drag queen? Will you come out? And Dr. Witten was there whenever we needed him. And he's a faculty member here. And he's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful. And I finally told him, I was like, I have you on film, so I'm going to be able to watch. He's, you know, super humble, but it was his help. It was Mike's help. It was everybody that was willing to put something into this, and it's everything that I wanted it to be. It's everything that I hoped.
That goes back to like being professional and organized, and that like we sat down, I know me and Alex sat down and like mapped out what we want to film way before we even got to the like idea of touching a camera. And that was just to make sure that like we didn't have these grand ideas and then get out and was like, oh crap, we can't do that, and just we're out of luck. We like scouted and organized everything really like thoroughly before even touching or starting production.
And a lot goes on in production. And we always say everything always goes wrong in production, especially the first day of shooting. So just a little story, the first day of shooting, we were in the cemetery and we had already scouted where we wanted to shoot. So we're taking all the equipment there and we have to rake, and this girl who was a grip, she was helping and she immediately got her rake and started raking leaves. Who knew that there was a yellow jacket nest under all these leaves? So
It's October and we're trying to make it look like May, and so we're like, clean the area up, it's fine. And so I'm pulling stuff out of my car and I hear like screaming, and I was like, we just got here, you guys, what's happening? You know, so we have a lot of behind the scenes, but we had 2 guys that followed us the whole time, so they have recordings. Luckily she was fine, everything was okay, but it's like, that's why they have insurance on movie sets, so that the first person that touches a rake is not attacked by.
But just showed that we weren't the only people that was dedicated to this project. She got stung with at least about 10, 12 times, and we kept asking her, do you want to go home, or do you want to go home? She's like, no, I'm fine, I'm going to stay. She came back, not only did she stay that day, she came back every single day afterwards and put in 110%. Although we were scared, we were like, hey, you don't do anything.
Please don't sue anybody.
You know, we would joke, but it was fun, you know, it was fun. So it was a lot of hands on this project, and a lot of people just really gave their all, and it was very, very fun. So like I said, these people aren't the only ones that were, you know, giving their 100%. It was a lot more other people, but yeah, it was very fun, great experience. Great.
Well, thank you guys so much for letting us present. I know it's not really the standard run-of-the-mill symposium thing, but I thought it would be a fun experience for all of
We
us.
have lots more like this in the
Yeah.
future, because it definitely adds very relevant to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, once you talked Jason into it, he was all in.
Bro,
That makeup was awesome.
It was, and that was the other thing. How do you find someone to do drag makeup? And that was actually one of the criminal justice makers came out, and she was like, "Yeah, I have my own YouTube." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
How did you? Where did this come? Like, how did this happen? You know?" But you get all these people. Exactly, and you look around and you say, "Oh my God, there are so many people here who have no real connection, but they do. You know, they came together for this thing, and that was amazing. That was the most enjoyable part for me was." I mean, obviously you have to be a little bit persuasive to convince a grown man to play a drag queen, but you know, to wrangle everybody up, that's what I enjoy the most. Seeing everybody come together and then form this lasting thing where, I mean, the 5 of us have stayed in touch and we're getting ready to do this project that we're doing. So it's just, I don't know, it's an enjoyable experience, and I hope that it keeps growing. I hope that, knowing that it's there, I hope that these guys take it to the next level and beyond, because we have all the resources, we have the faculty backing us, we have all of those things. We're so close, you know? It's like, so. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so very much.
Would you like to take a picture of us?
Don't take a picture of me.
Would you like,
Alex, you're killing me.
and I saw this at the London, I thought the 2 women had come back from the dead. So I was waiting for that. So.
I love it, yes. Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice work, everyone. Good job. So, good job.
Nicely done.
Thank you, thank you.
We've got more than fantastic.
That's what I keep telling you because I'm like,
The
okay.
new
Maybe one a year, because as you can see, it takes a lot of, it takes a village and a lot of time.
Yeah, well, when you get one, just hold on. You know?
Well, I'm sure these guys will be making more films.
Yeah. This is every February. We open up the submission form every November, so we're looking forward to seeing it. Go ahead and see. All we need is, we just need an abstract to get started, so let's make it a regular.
Yeah. We were talking about going back to classes that we had seen, like the directing or like Indian Jeffries classes, and saying, hey, there's a symposium slot where this is happening, where this is going on. So that way people in the classes that we wouldn't otherwise see, because I was out of all the Jeffries stuff by the time we started this, could see the film and see, oh, this is the end game for why I'm taking this intro class. Kind of thing. So these guys are all, they're going to
So
go.
keep your eyes open for good projects. Oh, that'd make a great thing to
Yeah.
show at the symposium.
Yep.
Split it up into multiple parts. More. That's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I got that happen.
Okay, so glad y'all.
We got it,
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Okay, cool, we'll take a little.
Have a good day.
This is, I actually, I don't know how to break that one, but they all have a right. Yeah, so, good. Yeah, the poster presentation, the other one, she's not in one. Okay, because there's only one. Okay, good. Well, I mean, it makes it easier for me to feel, because I didn't know how to on that one. Yeah. Right. Performance. So we just added the demo category. It's like, let's just see what people bring. Figure out how to judge it. Yeah, but I think it may be that that's just a separate category. Just like cover all demo. Yeah. Figure all those matters. Like a performance or art performance or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, because they have actually done that. Two, yes, I was thinking the same thing. extras?
Yeah, David brought his, because he was, filling in for somebody, so. But they're not in his order, like your home, so.
Yeah, these are, okay, yeah, that order doesn't have, it. These are, all these are extras.
No, I'll let you go.
Should have the best.
I know.
Bye.
Bye, thank you again.
Thank you.